evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Words of Wisdom Distinguished Speaker Series, a conversation with. Here on this show, my name is James Thomas Sr., and I am the host, and I have conversations with fascinating people who have interesting careers. And tonight we have a very, very fascinating vocalist, and I like to say vocal stylist. I am a huge fan of her music, and you're going to meet her tonight. And her name is Ayesha Web, and many of you, I'm pretty sure, that are watching are familiar with her and are fans of her music. But if you are not, I promise you that you will be a fan after this show tonight. I want to encourage you to subscribe to our channel here at Words of Wisdom Distinguished, at the Words of Wisdom TV network, that is. Subscribe and like and comment on what you see tonight, and you'll be notified. We're here every other Monday, twice a month, and bringing to you some of the most interesting people that you will ever meet. So I'm going to bring on, before we bring on our speaker, our guest tonight, I want to introduce some of you to her musical stylings. And this is one of my favorite songs of hers. So I want you to take a moment and call somebody and tell them to tune in and check out the Words of Wisdom Distinguished Speaker Conversation with Ayesha Web. And we're going to check out her video, one of her videos, and be sure and comment. If you have questions for Ayesha tonight, if you have questions about her career, we're being broadcast via YouTube, on the Words of Wisdom TV network, over the J. Thomas Luxury Facebook page, and my personal Facebook page. So wherever you may be watching, make sure to send us a comment, like, share, comment, and we will definitely respond to you. But right now, let's take a listen to Ayesha Web.
Found a way to reach deep in my soul. You set my spirit free, and now I'm letting go. I've got this burning fire inside of me. It's ready to explode. It's in the way when you release me. It's the night when you release me. Oh, how you release me. Please release me. It's the night when you come on, baby. Your passion, it fills me. Your loving, ooh, it thrills me when you call my name out loud. Well, I get so weak inside. Well, yes, I do. Can we take this love real soft and slow? The way you move my body, you know I'm about to lose control. You wanna take my time, explore each fantasy with you. and slow. The way you move my body, you know I'm about to lose control. I wanna take my time and commit all my fantasies with you. 'Cause when you reach me, release me.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Words of Wisdom Distinguished Speaker Series, the one and only Ayesha Web. I'm going to have to give me a sound effect for standing.
You know, you did your homework. Where did you find all those pictures?
I've been working.
Yeah, I can tell.
I said I am going to impress her tonight.
You did. You dug up some magazine covers and all kinds of stuff.
I've been working, been looking forward to doing this interview for so long because, like I said, I love your voice and I love your music, and I'm honored that you are here tonight. And what is your who inspires you? What is your inspiration? Because you just seem to be such a beautiful spirit.
Thank you.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
Well, the songs that I write are all pretty much based off of personal experiences, but I think the singers or artists that inspire me would be Sade, Phyllis Hyman, Toni Braxton, Shantae Moore. Those are some of my inspirations. But as far as the songs that I write, it's all based off of personal experiences.
Wow. What are some of those? How do you deal with personal experiences? Every personal experience is not a great personal experience. Some of the heartbreak. Do you put that into song? And
my first album had a lot of that.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
You can always tell how
How?
the relationship is going by what the song sounds like. But yeah, my first album was a mixture of happy and heartbreak.
Uh-huh. It is that, and I understand being an artist because I paint and I
Hmm.
paint to music. So I'm going to be creating a painting to one of your songs, and it is. It really, it helps you to release, all of those emotions. How do you feel when people tell you that your song just really brought me out of a bad place, or I could relate to what you were singing about?
You know, that makes it all worthwhile. It doesn't matter how little of money I've made on this song or how or anything. My whole goal is to make someone feel good, to get someone through a certain situation. And I've had people reach out to me, and it makes me feel so good when I hear that. I've done my job.
How long have you been singing, Asian?
Well, I don't want to tell my age, but a long time. I've been singing.
Whatever it is, you look.
I've been singing over 30 years.
Wow. I thought you were about 35. So you
I
started
was
when you were
singing when I
5.
started when I was 5.
Right. Okay. And and like you said, I did some research, and I saw an interview where you said you were adopted,
Hmm.
and then your family took you in. You lived in Germany for a while. Is that something that you would ever? I know, even though I know you were a baby when you were adopted, but have you ever sang about that, or have you had any emotions dealing with that?
I've never sang about it, although I have had emotions about it. That might be a good topic to write about. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with
Okay.
something, but I have not to this point
Okay.
written anything about it. But if I do, you'll know you're the one that inspired that.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Can it at least get on the CD or the album inspired by James Thomas?
There you go.
That's all I want. You just have my name on one of your projects. That would be great. But I'm always in awe of songwriters. How do you guys do it? I mean, what's your process? Do you just sit down with a pad and pen, and is it like writing a poem, or how do you write a song?
So initially, I was writing poetry, and then I turned those initial poems into songs. But as time went on, once in a while, I would write down just some feelings and ideas, and then unfortunately, I don't read music, so I don't write the music part. I just write the lyrics. But I've been blessed to work with some amazing producers, and so I've gone to them to write some music, or maybe we'll collab together, and then we'll figure out what idea kind of has that vibe, and then go from there. And so it's not really poetry anymore. I haven't written it all out and then try to put music to it. But sometimes it's a challenge to write too, because if things are going great, there's not any drama to write about, or you get this writer's block sometimes. I do the best writing late at night. During the day is hard.
Wow. Wow. I'm so glad you said that, Aisha, because when I paint, I usually paint between the hours of 1 and 5 a.m.
Mm.
It's hard to do it during the daytime, and the writer's block. I wrote a book, and that book is reflective of what I was going through at that time, which was like very difficult. When things got good, were good, I didn't have anything to write about.
Right.
So I can relate to what you're saying.
Right.
Who do you consider a great songwriter?
Oh, Babyface is an amazing songwriter. I think he's an amazing songwriter. Oh, you froze up
I
there.
heard
There you are.
Smokey Robinson.
Oh, well, yeah, Smokey.
heard
Why did
Smokey
I
Robinson.
mean, I don't even know why I didn't say Smokey.
And I heard he said he has written over 4,000 songs.
He's a musical
That is
genius.
just- he is really, and I had an opportunity to interview him once, and I said that he will be the only man I will ever admit to being jealous of.
Oh,
I said, there's
really?
no reason God gave that man everything that he had. And when I was doing the interview with him, this was so funny because it was a bunch of ladies around, and so it was another guy, and he asked me if he could, ask Smokey a question. So he said, yeah, go ahead. He said, Smokey, you ladies man and all of that. What kind of advice would you give a brother on how to treat a lady? Smokey didn't even miss a beat. He said, be the one that make her happy. Don't be the one that make her sad. That's it. That is the secret. There's nothing else to say after that, So, but when I like I said, I admire musicians and songwriters. And when did you discover your voice?
It's a funny story because as a little girl, I always wanted to sing, but I was told that I couldn't sing. My best friend told me that when we were in in junior high school. But later on, she had me sing at her wedding, and she to this day still doesn't remember saying that to me, but she crushed me. But a boyfriend of mine who was a drummer, the first musician I ever dated, I would go to his rehearsals and I would kind of sing along with the band while I was just watching rehearsal. And he says, you should try out for a band. I'm like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. And he's the one that actually kind of pushed me on and told me to try. And the first band I auditioned for, they gave me the job, and I was so happy, and I just never looked back from there. But I was told as a young girl that I really couldn't sing very well.
Have you ever been told, and this is really kind of almost embarrassing to say, but your speaking voice is deeper than your singing voice?
Oh yeah. I had a radio show, and they said, oh, you have a great radio voice, but I have a very low voice. Yeah, so people, when I sing, people say, oh, I didn't expect that out of you.
Give me a story of a time when you probably didn't even feel like singing. Maybe you didn't feel like going on. You had to do a show or something, and you pushed your way and you did it, and it just came out great. Do you have a story like that?
I do. I did this event, and I won't say what event it is because I don't want anybody to get mad at me. But there was an event where I did the dinner show as well as the main event. And the dinner show, sometimes you just don't feel it, and you're looking around at the crowd and you're thinking, oh man, this is not going to be fun, because no one's paying attention. They're just all talking, and it's like, okay, I'm just background music. And we started playing, and all of a sudden it just got real quiet in there, and all eyes were on us. It was myself and a special guest that I had brought with me, and the show turned out great. And I wasn't looking forward to playing because the energy in the room wasn't there before we started, and so I was dreading it, but then it went off great, and so did the main show.
You have these stories. Almost every artist I have ever interviewed have stories about doing shows and not getting paid for it, and still just grinding. Have you experienced that in your career?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm doing a show. Well, I'm getting paid, but all the money's going to the band. And I'm doing that on Mother's Day. because I want to put on a good show and I don't want to skimp on the band and the background singers. And so I do that. But I am getting paid. I'm choosing to give the money away. But I've done shows for free just because I love doing what I do. And it's not a problem. And I give it my all, whether I'm getting paid or not, or whether there's one person in the room or it's a full house. I give my all because I love what I do.
Okay. The fact, and now that's important, and for any aspiring artist, if you don't love, especially being in the entertainment business, don't get involved in it. Would you say that's a good advice?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because especially nowadays, they've cut the pay and, you know, you don't make as much as you used to make back in the day. And it's hard, even harder for record sales and all that. So if you don't love it, it can be a very cutthroat business. And it can be very grueling and time consuming and not much revenue from it. But if you love it, it doesn't matter because, you know, you're doing it from inside. Like I could never quit music. Even if I never got paid again, I could never quit it because I love it. It would be eating at me if I wasn't out there doing something.
To me, you look like an astute businesswoman. Talk about the business side of all of this. How do you deal with it? Because, like you said, it is a cutthroat business, and you are you know, a beautiful woman. How do you deal with, you know, everything that goes along, negatives that go along with all of that?
You know, I learned when I moved to Los Angeles from Santa Barbara, I was very naive. And all I knew was I wanted to do music. And I moved here for music. And I ran into some not so good people. And I said I would never get taken advantage of again. And I really learned the business side of it. I came from a banking, you know, I have a creative side and an analytical side. I'm good with figures. I was in banking for 12 years, but I've been an artist, a drawing and creative with, you know, writing poems, writing lyrics and all that. So I have both sides, which is I've been blessed with because it's really helped me on the business side of things. I'm not just the artist. I know how to handle contracts and take care of things, you know. But when I first moved here, I was very naive, and it was tough, and I got taken advantage of. So it's good for aspiring artists to get to be knowledgeable on the business side, for sure.
How long have you lived in Los Angeles?
Since '95.
Okay. And on top of you know, like being the astute businesswoman that I was obviously correct on, you also are a teacher of sorts. and I wanted to show that video. I wanted to show that video for all of you. Ayesha knows what I'm talking about, and I said to talk about it a little bit. She is a gun instructor. So anybody else thinking about beating her out of a contract, you need to watch her video.
Oh, that's funny.
How in the world did you get involved in being a gun? What is it called? A gun teacher?
A firearms instructor.
Firearms instructor.
You know, it really was just an activity that my then boyfriend had planned for us for the weekend. We had a tennis lesson and we were going to go to the shooting range. And when we went, it turned out to be this completely different thing. It was a combat handgun course. And I was scared to death, didn't know what I was doing. But I was a natural shot. And I don't know what possessed the owner of the company to come up to me after the class, but he said, you know, there's something that I see in you, and I think you would make a great female instructor with the right training, and I'm willing to train you for free. Let me know if you're interested. Here's my card, sleep on it. And I was like, wow, really? I'm like, guns, music. I loved being out there. My heart would be pounding, you know, the first couple of times I went out there because it was scary for me. But I really enjoyed it. And so, yeah, got trained, lots of training, and then became an instructor, and then worked for a gun range here in Los Angeles in Inglewood, and would do private lessons there, rifle, shotgun, handgun. It was a lot of fun.
Wow. Do you find that are women more comfortable having a female trainer, or does it matter?
I think so, because sometimes, not all, but sometimes male instructors can be a little intense, I think, for the female. They feel a little bit better, or a little bit more comfortable, because some of them are there for self-defense. Some of them are there for recreation. So depending on the reason that they're there, some prefer a woman because maybe I had rape victims, you know, that I would teach. So you just never knew who you were going to get. So you had to have kind of a soft touch, and maybe a softer voice with them when you were learning what their story was and why they were there. And so I think they appreciated that I could have that softer side if I needed to. But I was tough with the guys too, though. You know, it just depended on the situation.
Okay.
I'm not a pushover.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are, yeah, I believe that. Trust me, I've seen the video.
Okay.
And hey, Ayesha, you're gonna have to come back another time. We're gonna have to show that video as well.
Sure.
Like I said, I've done my homework.
Yes, you have.
But ladies and gentlemen, we're with Ayesha Web, smooth vocalist, and I mean, she is just an incredible vocalist. And Ayesha, why don't you talk about, you have a Mother's Day show coming up? And
I
why don't you
do.
talk about it, from what I understand?
So I have a Mother's Day show. Originally, it was scheduled for July 10th, and then COVID hit, and so it got postponed. And we rebooked it on Mother's Day. But before I could even tell anybody, it got sold out. So I talked to Spaghettini, and they are going to do a live stream. So for only $10, you can actually watch the show. And we're working on a brand new show, things that you have never seen from me before. It's going to be really great. I've been going to rehearsal daily, putting in 3 or 4 hours a day at rehearsal, like a whole nother workout. But I'm really, really excited about this show. So I wish COVID would open up the restaurants completely for capacity. If they do, they'll add more seats, they said. But for right now, based off of the guidelines for COVID, they are sold out. But it will be live streaming. I am going to post a link as soon as they get it to me, so that people can sign up for the live stream. So hopefully,
when you get it, please get it. When you get it, Ayesha, please give it to me, and I will post it on all of my social media as well. And I will definitely be supporting and checking you out. I have a dream concert, and Ayesha and I mentioned it to her. Ayesha and Gregory Porter. So Gregory Porter, if you get this show, here is your guest. Here's your I don't even want to say opening act. You guys are equal. So that would be at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I would love to see. That would be oh my God. Who would you like to work with? Who that you have not worked with? Who would you like to work with? Who's your dream artist?
I always thought that doing a concert with Kim would be amazing. I always wanted to do a song with him.
Okay.
But I would love to do a show with him. And, you know, there's so many different artists that I like. I don't know, I've really been fortunate to be on the same stage with a lot of my favorites, like Gerald Albright and Najee, and you know, I've gotten to do several different shows where they've been on stage with me. So I've been very lucky in that sense. But as far as performing with someone, I would love to perform with Kim.
Okay. Awesome. Kim also, he has a song with Gregory Porter as well.
He does.
And so
and with Tony
that would be
Braxton.
awesome. Yes. So you're next. We're gonna speak it into existence.
I like that.
Next. you will be next. What is it that what kind of advice would you give to up and coming artists that you know they want their career to blossom, and the music industry is so different now. You know, there are no more record stores, and you know, and it's more difficult to make money. I hear I've talked to so many people, and they say, tell the youngsters, learn the business side, handle your publishing, you know, your writing, write all you can. What kind of advice would you give?
Absolutely. I mean, I will agree with that. You definitely want to have your hands in as much of the production as possible, whether it's writing, producing, because that's how you get paid your royalties. You don't want to give away your publishing. If you are an artist only and not writing the song, try and find a way to get a little bit, you know, get an agreement of maybe getting a little bit of credit, just so that you can get some royalties on the back end. And learn the business side. Don't just take what you hear for granted. Learn about production costs, because you'll see a vast range of what it costs to make a record, as far as hiring the musician, the recording studio. If you can get your own equipment, you can do some great. My first album was done in my home studio, and I figured out Digital Performer and Pro Tools myself. So a lot of that album was done, and it sounds pretty good. Just get someone that can do a great job mixing and mastering. But learn the business. Don't be just the artist, because you don't want to get taken advantage of. And get your hands in as much of the production as possible. Write whatever you can, so that you can at least reap some of the rewards of that. And then if you really want to get it on radio, get a good radio promoter, because that's where the record sales and the residual income comes. So I have a great radio promoter that's also part of my record label, Intervision Records. So they helped me to get to #3 on the charts, and on Sirius XM radio, on Watercolors, and all the different radio stations around. So without them, you know, I'd be selling CDs out of my trunk.
Who in your personal life, who inspires you? Everybody has someone connected to them personally that you know, also inspires them, as well as those who inspire us professionally. Who in your personal life inspires you?
So my boyfriend Dion, which we've been together now almost 10 years. It's crazy. My last CD, called Take Me Higher, was majority of it was inspired by him, and especially the song Take Me Higher.
Okay.
So yeah, so he's been kind of my manager. You know, he helped me when we put together the Soul Seduction tour, when we had all the different artists together. We played at Newport Beach Jazz Festival. He's a clothing designer. He believes in me 100%. So, you know, he's my biggest fan. And so I think he really has helped inspire and push me to do more.
That is awesome. That sounds like an incredible collaboration. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Ayesha Web. I love saying smooth jazz vocalist. And I told Ayesha I was so excited about doing this interview. I was running around cleaning up like she was coming over to do it live. and I was really excited about this interview tonight, and I have not been disappointed. We're gonna wrap it up in a couple of minutes, Ayesha, but I want to know uh, how did COVID affect you, your career personally, or did it? Did it slow you down at all? This show was born because of COVID.
Well, it kind of was. So for me, COVID did affect me, but I decided not to let it take me down. So I actually created an online personal training company, and I started training people via Zoom because everybody was talking about the COVID-15, the extra 15 pounds they were getting, because the gyms were closed, they didn't have a way to exercise. And in my background, I was a competitive bodybuilder. I was a personal trainer previously, so I just went back to some of those roots and created. And I have a graphic design degree, so I was able to create the website. And I put together the training business. And I have to say I didn't do a lot of writing during COVID, and I don't know why. I was having a hard time getting things out of my head. So I didn't do a lot of writing until the last few months. I've been doing a lot more writing to prepare for my next album, but haven't gotten in the studio yet to record. But I've been keeping busy with the training. I still haven't gone back to work yet, regular work. So I'm still doing the personal training and my music.
Wow. What makes you happiest? What is your joy?
I like making people feel good, making them feel good about themselves. That's why I think I do the personal training, why I've always done stuff to try and help others. And that's why when someone tells me that my song maybe got them through a really rough time, it just makes me feel so good. Because I like to help people. So if I know that I've made a difference for someone, then that's what makes me happy.
Wow. Ayesha, we're going to wrap this interview up. I usually like to go 30 minutes. We're past that. I can go another 30 minutes myself because I find you so interesting. Why don't you tell people where they can buy and support your music, your shows, give them information. I want everyone that's watching, please tell someone about this young lady, her career, her music, and let's support her. Let's blow her up.
Thank you.
I one day want to be like Howard Stern. Howard Stern tells his audience, let's blow somebody up, and they do it. And that's what I want to do. Let's blow her up.
So I have a website.
They can get your music.
Sure. My website is AyeshaMusic.com, and that's spelled AYSHA, music.com. All of my music is just under my first name, under Ayesha. There's no last name on my music side, just on my gun side. So, and you can get my music on iTunes, Amazon, all of your online retail outlets. I'm on Spotify, Pandora, but they took away CD, baby. So hard copies are hard to come by. But on my website, if you want a hard copy, you can always send me a message and I'll do it. I'll send you an autographed copy. You can buy it that way if you want an autographed copy of any of my CDs. You can do that. You can find me on Facebook under Ayesha. and Instagram under Ayesha Web, and Twitter, Ayesha Music. Someday I'm gonna have to put them all together under one name, make it easier. But
And I love it. I love it. I'm gonna do something because there are a lot of people on Facebook watching right now.
oh, good.
And a lot of them came on late. So I want to play that video again, that release me video again. So if you don't mind, Ayesha, just hanging around a couple more minutes.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna play the video and then I'll give you a proper send off. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that may have missed it, here is Ayesha Web and Release Me. Let me, okay, I got how I got to do this. Okay, I got to take you out, Ayesha.
Sweetly caress me so gently. Baby, when you look at me, I get so weak inside. You found a way to reach deep in my soul. You set my spirit free, and now I'm letting go. I've got this burning fire inside of me. It's ready to explode. It's in the way when you release me. It's the night when you release me. Oh, how you release me. It fills me. Your loving, ooh, it thrills me when you call my name out loud. Like it's so weak inside. Well, yes, I do. Can we take this love real soft and slow? The way you move my body, you know I'm about to lose control. You wanna take my time exploring your fantasy with you. release me.
All right, Ayesha Web. I love it. I love it. Ayesha, I'm gonna make sure I'll let you know when I complete the painting to your song, and I want you to be the first to see it.
I can't wait.
And we're gonna send Dion a Expect to Win hoodie also.
Oh, awesome! Thank you.
All right. So just give me the information. So thank you for being on the show, Ayesha. I hope you come back again. And when you're able to do live shows, when you see somebody screaming and acting crazy, that's James. Thank you so much for being here. You are a distinguished speaker.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on your show. I'm honored, and I'd love to come back.
Thank you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Ayesha Web. This is why I love bringing fascinating people to you guys. Please support her project wherever you see her music. Make sure you buy her music, and like I said, let's blow her up. All right. So everybody, God bless you. Thank you for being with me here on the Words of Wisdom Distinguished Speaker Series, a conversation with fascinating people with interesting careers. God bless you all, and I will see you on the next show. Have a wonderful evening, everybody, and make sure you be good to somebody. And whatever you do, always be you and always expect to win. God bless.